a little bike maintenance for a big trip. My name is Jacky Wayne, and I'm crossing the country twice down Route 66 for our calls for our vets and first responders. After saying goodbye to my family, it was time to hit the road. I was leaving from upstate South Carolina headed toward Chicago, looking for adventure and trying to help a fundraiser called Operation 2266. A cause that help brings awareness to our 22 veterans a day that lose their battle with the mental struggles that comes after service. But first, I got an escort from two buddies of mine. I've ridden many miles with these two. Roger served in the Navy, and Bob's family is Navy as well. I had to leave a day earlier than previously planned. We were trying to outrun Hurricane Francine. We had some really bad weather get in, and I was trying to get ahead of that. Our first stop was Rocky's Hot Chicken Shack in Asheville, North Carolina. After some extremely hot wings, it was time to get back on the road. Dell is a friend of mine from the Marine Corps back in my Cherry Point days. He traveled from North Carolina just to help on this leg of the trip. We jumped on Highway 40 and started heading toward Kentucky. Passing the miles of stories from our younger years. But first, we stopped in Cumberland, Tennessee. You park in Kentucky and walk from the parking lot to Virginia. This is Pinnacle Overlook. From here you can see Tennessee, Virginia, and Kentucky. Another 100 miles and we made it to our cabin in Mount Vernon, Kentucky. Here we needed to crash for the next 2 days until the hurricane passed. As you can see, we're surrounded by wildlife. This cabin was absolutely great, and it was lent to us by another vet for the duration of the storm, to help support our trip and the calls. Day 2. The next day we used the side-by-side to go find a fishing hole on the property. After a little bit, big catch. And yes, he fried it up. Weather's clear, and it's time to part our ways. Dell was headed back to North Carolina, and I had to head on to Chicago. The morning was perfect. It's cool, clear skies, a low mist hanging over the pastures. It really set the stage for the next 440 miles on the interstates to come. This will be the first of many sunrises I would have on my back. I was thankful to be on two wheels. The first milestone was crossing the Ohio River into Ohio. See, I had another Marine Corps buddy of mine that had left 3 days earlier, traveling all the way from Salt Lake City, Utah. We were to meet in Chicago, so we could start at the beginning of Route 66. My battery, on the other hand, had a different plan, but the good folks at Illinois Harley-Davidson dropped everything they were doing, and after a new battery, they got me back on the road. Day 4. Found Jeff in Chicago. Jeff is a United States Marine Corps veteran, and he has come all the way from Salt Lake City, Utah, to meet me in Chicago to ride Route 66 from beginning to end in support of our cause for veterans and first responders. The beginning of Route 66 begins in downtown Chicago, close to Lake Michigan. Pro tip for starting Route 66. Get into the city early, get in early in the morning. Traffic was light and the streets were relatively clear. Route 66 has been on the bucket list for me for years. It's also known as the Mother Road. It's a historic 2,448-mile journey from Chicago through 8 states and finishes in Santa Monica, California. It was established in 1926. Route 66 was the primary route for those who migrated west. Today, people travel from all over the world to drive this iconic roadway. Along the way, you will encounter more than 250 buildings, bridges, and other unique sights along your trip. Many are listed on the National Registry of Historic Places. I think Jeff's had enough of this guy. And just like that, here we are, right in front of a Kong Dong restaurant. You can't make that up. And that's how our journey begins. After a few quick photos, it was time to hit the road. Our itinerary was completely packed. We had obligations all the way across the U.S., and our goal was to be in Santa Monica in just 7 days. First on the list was the Big Bean, better known as Cloud Gate. It's the centerpiece of Granger Plaza at the Millennium Park and was unveiled in 2004. This was my first time seeing Lake Michigan. It didn't disappoint. From here we would travel south and southwest, and it was really good to get out of the city. Next stop, Two-Cell Jail of Gardner, Illinois. Built in 1906, but was closed in the late 1950s. Definitely a picture moment. After Post and Bell, we jumped back on Route 66. So many places to see, you just can't see them all. Old Shell Station. The Hot Dog Muffler Man. Oak Ridge Cemetery in Springfield, Illinois. This was a must stop for me. This is the second most visited cemetery in the U.S., only after Arlington National Cemetery in Washington, D.C. They often exceed 300,000 visitors per year. After Abraham Lincoln's assassination, his body was eventually laid here to rest in 1874. There was only one reason why I was going to stop here. I believe that may be it. We crossed over the Mississippi with a slight shower. This will be the only rain we would see for the rest of the trip. It's hard to believe that I would cross the country twice, and this will be the only rain I would see. You can ask any of my friends when you ride with me, we're always going to get rained on. That's why they call it waning instead of raining. Gateway Arch of St. Louis. It was completed in 1965 and it's 630 feet. It's the tallest construction monument in the country. Day 5. Uranus Fudge Factory. Leave your modesty at the door, and according to them, this is where nostalgia, laughter, and a little bit of mischief comes together under one roof. You have no idea how you'll be greeted once you walk through the door, but I guarantee it'll get your attention. If you want a unique experience and a unique t-shirt, this is your stop. Johnson's Creek Bridge. This is located in Lawrence County, Missouri, and the bridge was built in 1923. This bridge actually predates Route 66, and this section of pavement is original. Here is Spencer Garage and Service Station. Here, this includes a cafe and a barbershop. On to Kansas and Galena Springs. You can see this is where Disney got its idea for cars. Rainbow Bridge. This bridge is a single-span concrete marsh arch bridge, and it's the sole surviving bridge of this type on the entire length of Route 66. Only 13 miles of 66 runs through Kansas, but there's still plenty to see and plenty of history. We came into Oklahoma behind schedule. But what a beautiful sunset. I really thought Jeff was just going to keep riding away. Coming in late to Tulsa. After a lot of miles and a long day, we had been using KOAs across the country. Tonight we elected for a Holiday Inn. Day 6 started with a true Route 66 roadside attraction. Completed in 1972 by zoologist Hugh Davis, he actually built the whale for his wife Zelta for an anniversary gift, who collected whale figurines. It was open as a summer swimming hotspot for years until it closed in 1988 for any water fun. But you can still stop and walk through though. The 11th Street Bridge in Tulsa, built in 1916 over the Arkansas River. From this pedestrian path you can see the Arkansas River, observe the bridge, and overlook the Cyrus Avery Centennial Plaza. This place just caught my eye. You can tell they're dedicated to keeping Route 66 alive and well in Oklahoma. It was closed, but the inside of the lobby looked amazing. Seba Station, Warwick, Oklahoma. If you love motorcycles, this is your place. This was easily one of my favorite spots on Route 66. I could have spent the entire afternoon poring over all these old bikes. The owners were great, and they took the time to answer all my questions. I only purchased one shirt on the entire trip of Route 66, and it was from Seba Station. I love original 66. It just feels iconic. Arcadia Round Barn was built in 1898 by William Oder. He was told that it could not be done. He then soaked lumber in water and carefully bent them into a rounded shape. Once Route 66 came through in 1926, Round Barn quickly became a favorite spot for tourists. And right down the road is Pops. Their Stafford Air and Space Museum was built in 1993. Not only was Jeff a USMC vet, he also served in the Air Force. He was naturally drawn to this place. But what stole the show was this F-117 Nighthawk. We own the night. And had to get a big steak at the Big Texan. Day 7 started with an early morning stop at the iconic Cadillac Ranch. Here you'll find 10 tail-fin, graffiti-covered caddies, all manufactured between 1948 to 1964. After years of tourism, these caddies have been covered with layers of paint from visitors from all over the world. Make sure you leave your mark. The Midpoint Cafe has taken care of hungry travelers 10 years before Route 66 was even paved, but it lies directly in the middle of Route 66 between Chicago and Santa Monica. And as you enter New Mexico, make sure you stop for fuel at Russell's Travel Center. Inside is way more than a gas station. It has a full museum of Route 66 memorabilia and old cars that will take you back through time. Next was Blue Hole, Santa Rosa, New Mexico. Blue Hole is just one of 7 Santa Rosa lakes that are all connected together underground. And Jeff could not pass up this opportunity to take a plunge in this 62-degree water. I'll give it a 9. I'm sure you saw the hair flip. In Santa Rosa, we met up with Kane. He is an Air Force vet and a first responder in New Mexico. He wanted to join us for Operation 2266 to California. Welcome, Kane. Being that Kane is from New Mexico, he can provide a lot of insight to the history of the surrounding areas. With Kane being a local, he took us on a tour of Santa Fe, New Mexico. This is a really cool little town with a lot of Southwest feel. Plenty of bars, shops, and other things to keep you busy. But no parking. Day 8 started with Maggie's Bar. This was made famous in the movie Wild Hogs. This was in Madrid, New Mexico. Coming out of the hills of New Mexico was beautiful. Didn't take long to get really, really flat. But we need to lay down some miles to keep on schedule. Owl Rock. We had made it to the Continental Divide. Coming into Arizona, the temps were rising. But then we made it to the petrified forest in Arizona. If I had to give you a definition of what pure joy looks like, this would be it. It's like we had the whole park to ourselves. We obviously think we're cool. Not only does the park's landscape change drastically, you can see petrified wood that is over thousands and thousands of years old. After traveling for days, it was exhilarating to have so much freedom just to enjoy. The park is approximately 146 square miles, and this road through it is 28 miles long. Just having a little bit of fun. If we'd have had more time, we'd probably rode back through here 3 or 4 times. The Wigwam Motel is a chain that opened there in the 1950s in Arizona. Definitely a need-to stop on the route. We probably would have stayed here the night, but we were meeting some friends of mine on the corner in Winslow, Arizona. Just taking it easy. Catching up with friends is always great. Great dinner, great conversation, and great company. The next morning was Meteor Crater outside of Flagstaff. 50,000 years ago, a meteor weighing several 100,000 tons crashed into the earth here, traveling at approximately 26,000 miles per hour. The Twin Arrows Trading Post opened in 1937 as the Padre Canyon Trading Post. This spot was where Forrest Gump ran through and made the famous smiley face "Have a nice day" shirt.
That's what happens. Shit happens. Have a nice day.
Well, after getting laughed at by other Route 66 travelers, waiting to do the same thing, I might add, I wandered around the grounds to take a look. It's just a shell of what it used to be. Today we leave Route 66 in Williams, Arizona, and we head north 70 miles to the south rim of the Grand Canyon. The Grand Canyon was established as a national park in 1919. Annually, the park hosts nearly 6 million visitors. If you have the time, this is definitely worth the trip. As you approach the canyon, first you think you know how big it is, but you don't. There are several hikes and tours that will take you down to the river, but nothing is easy. Annually, 250 adventurers need rescuing. This is truly a geological marvel. And a definite add to your bucket list. After a 140-mile detour back to Route 66, on to the town of Seligman. Seligman is a one-street town that absolutely screams Mother Road. Interesting places, dives, and unique stops to cool off and grab a beer. And of course, you have to stop at Delgadillo's Snowcap Drive-In. This evening's sunset was absolutely amazing. This is why I ride. If these two guys don't turn this into a painting for over their fireplace, I believe they're just doing it wrong. Day 10. The Oatman Highway. With a quick stop at the Cold Spring Station, this 1920s gas station used to have a cafe, a bar, and cabins all on the property. After Route 66 bypassed in 1953, the old service station dried up. It was bought and redone in 2001. The road to Oatman is breathtaking. The sharp turns and jagged roadsides, all while watching for burros and bighorn sheep. The views will make you forget this used to be the path to California. Sitgreaves Pass at 3,550 feet is the highest point. From here, it's all downhill to Oatman. But just down the road is a very unique place. The memorials at Sitgreaves are an unofficial graveyard where people have left crosses, signs, and it's a very popular place to scatter your loved one's ashes. And why not? From here you can see 3 states: Arizona, California, and Nevada. The steep grade coming down the mountain demands your concentration. No guardrails here, just breathtaking views. And then you really step back in time, in the gold rush town of Oatman, Arizona. Here the burros own the town. A local told me that these burros were direct descendants of those that the miners that brought back in the 1800s. These burros roamed the town carelessly. We then stopped in at the Oatman Hotel, Restaurant, and Saloon for breakfast. Apparently these miners had a system to put a dollar bill behind the bar with their name on it to cover their tab. Today the walls are covered with over 100,000 bills from tourists as the tradition continues. Next stop was the Marine Corps Logistics Base in Barstow, California. Route 66 actually goes through this base. A Marine Corps buddy of mine from South Carolina had made a call and got the Sergeant Major of the base to meet us and escort us through. This was an honor for us. Semper Fi, Sergeant Major. Elmer's Bottle Tree Ranch is a very unique place. Elmer Long took his father's collection of bottles and other oddities after he passed and built the compound to memorialize his father. Heading on to Santa Monica as the sun goes down. You can see some of the California wildfires burning in the distance. The views are amazing, but the roads, the closer you get to LA, are treacherous. The speeds the traffic likes to travel here are fast and faster. Day 11. We waited till the next morning to go to Santa Monica Pier. And I sure am glad we did. We got there, these two cops were opening the gates to the pier. After they learned about Operation 2266 and some traded challenge coins, they had a great idea. They said, why don't you guys ride your bikes down the pier and properly finish Route 66? This was surreal. I can't imagine too many guys get to ride their bikes down the pier. And after 2,448 miles, that me and Jeff started under the beginning of Route 66 sign in Chicago, and now here we were parked on Santa Monica under the end sign. We had met hundreds of vets and first responders, and we had raised over $7,000 along the way. It felt a bit surreal. After all the miles and the days, I needed just a few minutes to reflect on what exactly we had accomplished. And I was starting to realize that I had to ride all the way back home. I decided to take the scenic route home. The first stop was Sequoia National Park. This is the home of General Sherman, the largest tree on the planet. The park protects roughly 404,000 acres of forest and mountainous terrain, not to mention absolutely stunning views. And trees. Really big trees. These sequoias tower over you as you travel over the mountain. But there was one in particular I wanted to see. A short, comfortable walk down the path allows you to walk directly under these giants. General Sherman is the largest tree by volume in the world, and it grows in giant forest, which contains 5 of the 10 largest trees in the world. General Sherman is estimated to be between 2,300 and 2,700 years old. These two are just a short walk away. We took the same road out as the way in, and the views were amazing. It's roughly 20 miles from the front gate to General Sherman. So be prepared for it to take 1.5 hours one way. It's hard to stay on the road with views like this. This is Lake Cahuilla. Jeff had headed on to Lake Isabella, California to get us a KOA. I was trying to get there before dark. That didn't happen. See, the next day we had a mission. Our buddy Heath was flying into Vegas to meet us. Already being behind schedule, the shortest route was through Death Valley. Kane was on his way back to New Mexico. This place was hot. 107 degrees to be exact, with 113 at the peak. At one point we stopped at the Stovepipe Wells, where a bottle of water is more than a beer. After a night in Vegas, we headed to the Valley of Fire State Park. We had met Heath in Vegas, and he had rented a bike, and we hit the road. Heath is a first responder out of South Carolina. He flew out to ride toward Salt Lake City, Utah with us. Valley of Fire looks like another planet with all the red rock formations. We spent the afternoon in Zion National Park. After you park at the entrance, you're shuttled in by bus. There's such a peace about this place. The way the climate changes with the elevation. This place almost has a healing feel to it. Everything's so peaceful here. The water was freezing, but it was exactly what we needed after the desert. The ride through the park was like a playground for your eyes. Every mile, every turn was another jaw-dropping view. I was very thankful to be there. This very well could have been the most beautiful road that I have ever ridden on. And it was great to be able to do it with great friends. We had used comms in our helmets for thousands of miles and had numerous conversations. But here, suddenly everybody went silent and just rode. Day 14 started outside the Moki Caves in Kanab, Utah. These are man-made caverns that were used for mining sand, used for glass making in the 1930s and the 40s. About a half-mile round trip from the gravel lot, and you'll have to climb up some rather slick spots. After a short walk, you make it to the caves. No guardrails or safety standards here, and you can hike the entire site in about 1.5 hours. As the temp started heating up, we rode into Bryce Canyon National Park. The park was redesignated by Congress in 1928. The park covers over 35,000 acres and has some absolutely stunning rock formations. It's only 100 miles from Zion National Park, but historically receives half the visitors. Rainbow Point is the highest point of the park at 9,000 feet. From here you can see amazing views. Red Canyon is just 17 miles from Bryce Canyon. It's often called Little Bryce Canyon. You'll enjoy views of rock tunnels and vibrant red hoodoos. Completely unexpected find was Butch Cassidy's childhood home. It was a great spot to stop and have a cold drink behind Butch's house. This was a close one. As you can see, a solar panel flew off the roof of that truck. It only missed Heath by a few inches. Could have easily taken him down. Heath was awake now. Day 15. We stopped at Legends Motorcycle Museum in Springfield. Free entry and tons of cool motorcycles and artifacts. Also, had a very cool restaurant where we had lunch. This guy is standing behind the museum. Well, after leaving his house 2 weeks earlier, Jeff was finally coming home to Utah. His wife was hiding, wanting to surprise him. At least Jeff was smart enough to stop for flowers before coming home. Confetti and cold beer waiting. No rest for me. Straight to a 5,000-mile oil change just after 2 weeks. That evening, me and Heath wanted to give Jeff some time with his wife, so we headed out to Antelope Island. Antelope Island is a 42 square miles and it's one of 10 islands located in the Great Salt Lake. Tons of free roaming bison, lots of trails, and some really cool places to hike. It was when we started heading back when we found out about the marsh at sunset. This was a mistake. Yep, that's bugs. Well, Heath was flying back to South Carolina and Jeff was at home with family. I headed 300 miles north to West Yellowstone, Montana. There I met up with my friend Gavin. He is a first responder from Haley, Idaho. He rode in for the night. Yellowstone National Park needs no introduction. This will be the first time I'd ridden in a car in 16 days. Gavin was familiar with the park, so while we had a few hours, he took me around and showed me the sights. We were trying to make it to Old Faithful before dark. I think I was more surprised with the lodge right next to it. I will say seeing Old Faithful at sunset was pretty cool. While the next morning Gavin was headed back to Idaho and I was solo. Wyoming decided to show me how the climate could change and greeted me with a cool 27 degrees. Yellowstone did not disappoint. The air was cold, but the scenery was even colder. This view was amazing. It felt weird not having any other voices in my helmet comms. But the views took my mind off the fact that I was 2,000 miles from home and Hurricane Helene had hit the southeast while I was gone. The ground and water are alive here. The park is huge. The landscape changes with every mile. The size of this park starts to set in. And then you see them. The Grand Tetons. They look massive, and I was still miles away. The highest peak is over 13,000 feet. And then I found Jenny Lake. I guess everyone has that one place that leaves you speechless. I could not believe what I was seeing. This was the most beautiful place I had ever seen. I was at peace. I'd ridden for thousands of miles and still had 2,000 to go. But Jenny Lake did something. It made me miss home. I turned off my camera after this, and I was satisfied.
Well, pretty tired. Think I go home now.